Okay, welcome to yet another session on AI in education, empowering educators. I am Abubakar Sana Ali, and I will be the one guiding you through this workshop. Okay, so what's our agenda for the day? We're going to start with an introduction. We'll provide a short overview, brief overview of AI. Then we will look at some tools that educators can use. After that, we will look at a demo of our app, which then we will discuss analytical, predictive AI, generative AI, multimodal generative AI. We will do a quick interactive Q&A, and then we will close the session. So why do educators need to understand AI tools? Okay, so our roles as educators have changed over the years. We all know that every time a new technology comes into play, there is always some form of hesitancy, especially if you are dealing with something as powerful as AI. In our schools, we have to provide opportunities for students to learn about changing technology because of the impact it may have on their future. Not only can AI tools enhance creativity and productivity, but also they can provide educators with valuable insights into student learning and assist with some of the time-consuming tasks that educators have. Even with all the promises of AI, it's important to note that uh, we need to talk about it in our classrooms. We are not only teaching content as teachers, but we also provide mentorship. We facilitate learning and co-learners. We are co-learners with our students. So in this era of AI, we would like to make sure that we embrace these emerging powerful technologies, and we would like to make sure that we help our students to learn about the benefits of them, also show them how to use these tools properly, responsibly, and ethically. So I'm Abubakar Sana Ali, and I am a PhD holder with a major in electrical and computer science. I work on developing AI-powered systems. I am currently a lecturer at Bio University, Kano, and the host institution is called Asatoro Services. It is based in Sharjah Research, Technology and Innovation Park, the UAE. What we do is we offer consulting services, we offer training and workshops. We also offer research and development. So the main question that we are always asking ourselves, as long as you are an employer or you're an employee, these are the questions you always ask yourself as an employer. Will AI help me grow my business? Will AI help me save cost? Will AI help me differentiate or create moat? Will AI help me launch faster? Will AI help me make employees happier? Or will AI help me improve student learning? So these are some of the questions we usually ask ourselves as educators, especially those who run an education business. So then let's look at what AI is, providing an overview of AI. I'm sure you know, have you interacted with any AI system before? Of course, we are going to see some of these systems today, and you might hear about some that you've not heard of before. Okay, so AI is basically the simulation of human intelligence via software called heuristics. What we are saying is that we want to simulate human intelligence processes by machines. You have computers and you want them to be able to carry out the tasks that normally humans are the ones that carry them out. So when you have machines doing that, definitely that will add value because machines are very fast. Okay, amazing, amazing. Okay, welcome. This will be very helpful, I believe. Okay, so yeah, we always encourage educators to get involved with the AI, see how AI can be used, and that will help you, especially when you are trying to build policies for school. Not only that, it will help you trying to come up with a more updated curriculum that will suit the current trend. You know, we are currently in the AI era. So if you have a very good grasp of what AI can do, what are the AI tools out there, you can see which ones you can leverage in your study or in your school or your district for teaching, as well as which AI systems can you provide access to your students. Some AI tools are not very I will not. I will say some are not to be handed over to students because then their own kind of learning experience is going to be diminished. And some can be actually directly handed to students and to increase their own productivity as well as improve their learning experience. So it's a very nice thing to join the session, and I hope by the end of the session you will also gain some value. So as teachers, we normally want to use AI for these three things. One, either to provide personalized learning to our students. Okay, because if you have many students, then definitely every student comes from a different background and every student is unique in their own way. So some students find it very easy to grasp concepts that are theoretical, some prefer practical concepts, some prefer mathematics, things that have to do with arithmetic, things that have to do with calculations. Some prefer things that have to do with, stories, history, things like this. So if we're going to teach all students, no matter their background, the same subjects, and we also want them to master each subject, then there has to be a way for us to personalize that learning experience. Okay, if for example, we know a student who really loves stories, so we can come up with a way to make sure their own activities in class try to come across, in a story form, in a story wise manner. That's a good thing for them. That will help them learn very fast. Some students are visual, so we don't want to bombard them with text. If we can always come with some video clips, some images, then it will help them master the concepts very fast. So that's the main idea of having a personalized learning. Not only that, some because they come from different backgrounds, maybe during their previous academic journey, they were able to master some concepts and they are weak at other concepts. So the AI can be able to fill that space. So this is one of the key aspects of using AI as a teacher. The second thing is now not about the students. Now this is all about the teacher. How can the teacher also leverage AI? So of course, when we want to leverage AI, we want to have our productivity significantly improved as well as the efficiency of our job. Like the time we put into an activity as a task, we want to make sure that we can get as much output from that time investment. So you will see how AI can be leveraged to relieve you of some of your time consuming tasks and provide you with more free time, more ample time, so that you can do other things the computers are not good at. We have the last point is creating and supplementing content. So this can help all the three stakeholders, both the students, the teachers, as well as school administrators. Okay, you will see some use cases where some university, Carnegie Mellon University, try to generate AI based, they use AI to generate new textbooks. They had some old textbooks with some outdated information in the textbooks. So they wanted to update these textbooks. And what did they do? They revert to a generative AI and it helped them make the facts that are in the textbook to become up to date. So that's how stakeholders can use them. For students, they can use it for brainstorming. Same thing with the teachers. You can use it to brainstorm. Can do so many things. So this is some of the most important aspects when it comes to using AI. So what are some of those tools out there that you can leverage? And we want the tools that actually work. Most of these tools, I have used them personally, and I have seen how they can help teachers improve their productivity significantly. For example, we have chatbots. This allow you to converse, to have a conversation, with an AI. The main idea here is the AI should have a context of the discussion so that if you ask it a follow-up question, she'll be able to refer and back to the previous discussions and conversations and give you the right response based on those contexts. So the two most powerful chatbots out there are ChatGPT and Gemini. ChatGPT is very powerful and is provided by OpenAI. Gemini is also very powerful. It's also out there. It's provided by Google. Both of them have free and paid version. Okay, the paid version is $20 monthly. That's for the subscription fee. We have image generators. So chatbots are nice, but sometimes you want to generate images because, as I said, you want to maybe use the images in your presentation, your PowerPoint slides, when you are explaining some concepts to your students, or you want to generate some images for your school flyers and stuff like that. So many usage of image, you know. So how do you do that? You can also leverage some AI tools instead of sitting down, taking the whole day trying to do some graphic design. That is also if you are a good graphic designer. If not, then you might have to go out and seek out a graphic designer who will sit and do the designs for you, and who knows how long that will take. But with well-crafted description of the image, you can use image generators. These are AI tools, and just describe the type of image you want to see, and this will be able to generate images for you. And you can use those images in your lecture notes, in your class contents and stuff like that. These are some of the powerful ones. DAL-E by OpenAI, Midjourney by the same company name, Stable Diffusion by Stability AI. We have assistants. So assistants help educators to significantly reduce their tasks. For example, they come as mostly they come integrated into a different or another system. For example, Canva Magic Write. If you are using Canva for your graphic design, then you might want to write some text. And when you are writing the text, you might want to sit and write something very nice and very professional. With Canva Magic Write, you can just write your thoughts, and the Magic Write can help you reframe, and reformulate the thoughts into a more formal way. That's very nice. So instead of wasting time brainstorming, thinking, how should I write this? How will this sound if I'm trying to address professionals, where I'm trying to go for a professional setting? How will this sound? But Canva Magic Write can help you with that. EduEd AI provides so many collection of AI, well-crafted AI prompts. Okay, so as a teacher, for example, there are some tasks that you are always doing, and some of these tasks you can actually use AI to help you automate this. For example, email writing. You write emails. You get a response, or you get an email and somebody is expecting you to respond to the email. So you would like to have a system where you can easily just generate a response based on your maybe 2 or 3 sentences, and you get a quick response. Recommendation letters. We always write recommendation letters for students who want to pursue maybe a career, or they are looking for admissions or something like that. So you write recommendations letters for your students most of the times on daily basis. So it will be nice if you have a tool that will just help you automate that process instead of wasting much of your time trying to craft unique recommendation letter for each unique student. The AI tool can do that for you. Quizzes is another tool. Okay, so all those are part of EduAid, but quizzes is only built to help you build quizzes. You have quizzes, exams that you want to test your students with. You can use quizzes to do that. You can be able to track the performance of your students in real time. You have slides go. We can't escape slides, presentations and slides. It's one of the things we do as educators. So this AI tools, Slides Go, will help you quickly generate a slide that you can use. Just provide some topics, some headings, description, and it will generate slides for you. We have course builders. Okay, so these are another type of tools out there. These are not necessarily AI tools, but they also leverage AI to improve the experience of educators. So these course builders, these are softwares out there or apps out there that helps teachers create branded apps. Okay, for example, on Teachable, let's say your school is called Learn with Fun, Learn with Fun. So you have your website, Learn with Fun, and you want to create an e-learning platform where your students can go to that website, sign in, and then they will be able to see all the courses that are offered by your school. Okay, so what you want to do is to say to maybe go to this course builders and you create your own institution, then put your own logo, use your own colors and everything. At the end of the day, you will have a branded website that has a tool for your students to use and follow up the classes. So these are course builders. So they also leverage AI. For example, you are trying to build a course, you want to write a description of the course, but you only have an idea of the title. Okay, I want to write a course about AI powered education. That's my idea. That's what I want to do. Okay, it's a course based on that, and it's meant for school administrators. So I can go to Teachable or Thinkific. I have my own institute called Asatoro Services. I will register. I will now go and associate even my domain, asatoroservices.com/land, for example. I will do that and I will have all that. So the description of the course can be generated by AI. That's exactly what they use AI for. Okay, just provide the title of the course and the AI will generate description for you. That's one way to use AI. You can also generate quizzes. Okay, maybe lessons. You generate a lesson based on the course description. You can generate curriculums. And once you have the curriculum, you can be generating lessons based on each unit title. So you have a unit, let's say, what is AI? That is the name of the unit. You can now generate lesson content text, of course, once you generate the text, and you can also create quizzes based on the lesson content. The lesson content has to be text based. So you have those lesson content and you generate quizzes for your students so that the moment they finish reading, they will be tested whether they understood the content they read. So this is all something you can easily do when you have AI. Maybe if there is no AI, you have to be writing everything from scratch. You have to be the one after the title, you have to describe the course yourself, then create each lesson yourself and the quizzes yourself. You have marketplaces. So unlike course builders that allow you to have your own branded system or app, for marketplaces, this provide a pool for educators to come and upload their courses out there. So everybody can upload their course on Udemy, for example. And when you do that, then any learner out there who is interested in learning from you or learning that skill that you are trying to teach, they can go and register. Okay, but all of them, if you look at this, most of the courses you see here are self-paced. So there are recorded videos for teachers who record their own videos and upload the courses. But course builders provide you an option to do a self-paced course or you do a coaching. So let's say you want to do live classes. So course builders allow you to do that. But if you look at all these tools, all of them have kind of one specific task they help you do. And each one also comes with their own subscription. You have to pay if you want to leverage all of this because each one is important on its own right. So if you want to leverage all of these tools, you have to pay for each of the tool and pay. And that's where we are also trying to see how can we solve this problem. Is it possible to come up with a tool that will integrate all these features into one tool so that you don't have to be paying uh, multiple fee monthly just to get access to these services? And that's where we come into play. We say, okay, why don't we try to build a system for educators in that regard? And we call it a Start Academy in the meantime. We might change the name later. So now that's about tools out there that can help you in your schools or in your career as a teacher. In your case, Lori, I believe these are some of the tools that you can recommend to your district, that these are some tools that really work and the teachers can leverage them, the students as well can leverage them to improve their online experience. So in essence, all of these tools actually use one of these three technologies. Initially, we have what we call predictive AI. Then, come November 2022, ChatGPT was released by OpenAI. That's the first interaction people had with a generative AI. Now, I would say in February 2024, or even earlier than that, we had what is called the multimodal generative AI. I would say this came late 2023, around also September, October, November, around that time, depending on the company which you are following. For GPT 4.0 was released in, I think, around June, July. Then they added the multimodal system around September, October. Yeah. So what do this AI stands for? What each one of them do? The first one, predictive AI. This is the initial type of AI that we normally leverage when we are building tools, AI powered tools. If you use Netflix, the recommendations they provide you based on your historical data, based on what you normally watch, they provide you with recommendation of movies. That's a predictive AI. Takes into account all your history, activity, and then it gives you a prediction of what is going to be a good recommendation for you. So it predicts a good movie that will be likely, you know, watched by you. So that's predictive AI, recommendation system. We call them recommenders. We also have, like forecasting, weather forecast, how we forecast what's going to be the weather the next day, the next month, and stuff like that. This forecasting is also powered by predictive AI. So we have history of our weather, and based on the historical data, we can make a forecast that tomorrow it's going to rain, tomorrow it's going to snow, this is going to be the temperature tomorrow. We have sentiment analysis. So they have been using sentiment analysis like in so many fields. Okay, for example, in the education, you can see you are going to come with a policy, especially you said you are trying to help with policies related to AI. So you can maybe try out a sentiment analysis. You can curate huge data set from social media. Look at the social media, maybe especially Twitter, right? That's where people normally make a tweet. So search for some hashtags that are related with AI in education. Based on that, curate the data, then try to do sentiment analysis. See where people's sentiment lies. Are people happy about AI in education? Are people not happy about AI in education? Based on the sentiment of people, you can maybe come up with your more uniquely designed and well researched policies. That's what they also use in politics. They use it a lot of the time when they are trying to roll out some policies. Maybe they will try something, write out, the idea on Twitter, try to see how people will react. based on people's reaction, then they can use an AI to go through all the thousands, hundreds of thousands, or millions of tweets to figure out where do people kind of uh, tilting towards. Are they pro or are they against? So based on that, they will now say, okay, let's enact it as a policy. So they do it also in politics. They use it in Wall Street, in finance, and so on. But generative AI has been there also for a while. It became popular in 2022, yes, but it has been there for a while. We have been using, let's say, Siri for almost 10 years now. We have Google Assistant, we have Cortana. All these are called generative AI. You speak to them, these are AI tools. You speak to them, they provide you with a response. Right? Alexa, Amazon. So, but the main power of generative AI was really observed after what is called a transformer architecture was proposed in 2017 by Google AI researchers. So they proposed this transformer network, and based on this transformer, all these large language models were built. So Google had this technology that is powering ChatGPT all the way back to 2017. They built their own AI chatbots in-house. They have been using them in-house, and they have been also providing them as part of the Google search. When you search, you can get some generated text before, but they have not actually made it, they have not streamlined it. They haven't made it mainstream. Why? Because for them, they are already a public company, and they are afraid that if they make this available publicly and people start reacting, and then there is some negative experience from the masses, then people will not be happy. And for that reason, they kind of suspended the whole process until when 2022, OpenAI, which is a startup, decided to release ChatGPT, the first version, ChatGPT 3.0. And the moment they saw that, they had to also go and release their own AI chatbot, Google Bard. So that's a little bit about the history of generative AI, but it has been there also for a while. You can use it to generate text, images, you can generate codes, it can provide you with summary, it can translate language for you, it can do so many things. And currently, the latest technology is then they realize that the current generative AI can only handle one type of data, either text, image, or code. It cannot do many other things. Okay? It cannot, for example, take in text and image. So they had to now sit and redesign the architecture so that the network or the AI can now be able to handle multiple types of input. You can prompt it with an image, you can send it text, you can, even get it to give you a video, you can give it a video, you expect it to watch that, and it can do everything. And that's what they call the multimodal generative AI. It can do everything from text, image, code, everything it can handle. And this is the current trend where you have this Google Gemini can do all this. You have the ChatGPT 4.0, or some people call it ChatGPT 4.5, where you can be able to generate images and do so many things. You can do video question and answering for you. You can give it questions, uh, provide it with a link to a video URL, and it will watch the video. You can ask it questions based on the video, just as if you have a friend you are trying to ask about a movie, what happened in the movie. They give you the response. Same thing with the AI now. So if you have, let's say, huge content that you don't have the time to watch, you can just provide the URL of the recording to this AI tools. They will watch the video on your behalf, and they might just summarize the content of the video, or they might be helping you answer some of the questions that you are only interested with regards to the multimodal. And this is the current trend. Okay, so If you have any question, you can also ask. This is supposed to be an interactive session. Before we just do some demonstration and show you how you can also use ChatGPT. So if you have any question, or if you want to maybe see some demonstration with regards to what you are interested in, you can let me know, and our demo will be strictly based on that. By the way, you can unmute your mic.
Okay. All right. I think I'm really interested in the multimodal because I've been trying to generate some flyers where the AI can go out to a certain website and pull logos and pull, literary themes and those types of things specific to a particular website. And I don't know if there's anything out there that can be that specific yet.
Okay. So to answer your question, there are so many tools out there that can do that actually. The only issue is they can do one of those things you mentioned, not all. For example, if you look at what's the name of this Wix.com, these are website builders. So they also have AI powered website builders attached to them, which you can leverage, and you can use them to help you generate content for your website, images, text, and so on. So it's meant only for website development. So that's in that regard. With regards to flyer generation, for example, you have Canva, which I just mentioned earlier. So Canva also provides you with a graphical interface which you can use to be, creating flyers. And when it comes to the text, so far they have now incorporated the Canva magic, right? They can easily help you improve your text. Okay. Not only that, I have noticed that even the image, when you are searching for some assets, some images, the AI also generates some images for you. Maybe it's not part of their own assets collection which they have. This image that you are requesting for is something new you are searching for. Then the AI will generate new images that are initially not part of their own asset collection. So that's something you can also leverage. So these are some of the ways you can do that. I think I can show you Canva, some of the things it can do. You can leverage that in that regard. Any other thing?
I've seen Canva, but I'm curious whether or not there's something out there. Like I participate with the Tome Student Literacy organization, and every year they have a new theme, and of course they have their standard logo and stuff like that. And I like to create newsletters and stuff like that based on what they already have on their website to introduce students to it and to kind of recruit them into our book club and such like that. So I'm not really looking to create something new. I'm looking to pull from what's already there and then make something without just cutting and pasting.
I understand. I get it. Aha. So to be honest, I haven't come across any similar tool that can do that. Like you provide it with a website and you tell it to crawl the website based on the website content to generate some, some unique, maybe some flyers based on the content in the website. So far, I have not come across the tool in that regard, but this is a good idea. Okay. So now that because we are currently building our system, if you don't mind, we can build this as part of our system and you can use it once it is done. Sounds good?
Sounds good to me. Yeah, I've been trying to find something that would do that because I'm not creative artistically like that. I looked at Canva. I looked at several of the other artistic type AI, And it seemed like you needed to have kind of a background in art to, make your colors go together and things like that. I just wanted to go over there, take their colors, take their everything, and make me a flyer.
Right.
So that would be a huge time saver for me if there were some sort of generative AI that could do that.
Do that. Yeah. So yeah, I think there are two technologies which we can leverage in this regard. And, if you don't mind us using the idea, we will incorporate it in the system. And once it is ready, I will reach out to you and I will give you a demo. Hopefully, within like 2 weeks, we can get it ready. I believe so. So I will
Okay,
speak
that'd be
with
cool.
maybe the simple version. Uh, you know, then based on that, if you like it and other people like it, then we will keep on improving it. But I think
Okay.
it's a very yeah. Yeah.
But now if you develop a paid version out of it, I want mine free.
Okay. So I will take that into consideration. Why not? Yeah, why not? Why not?
All
Okay.
right.
All
Cool.
right. So yeah. So but if I come across a tool that is already doing that, I will also reach out to you. Okay. And
Good.
okay. So basically this is what we are doing. So let me just quickly show you our current tool and what it can do so far. As I told you, it's currently under development, which is one of the reasons why we are running these workshops so that we can be getting some ideas as well as inputs from educators, administrators, and all that. Uh, at the end of the day, the main goal is to build something for them which they can use. So that's the main reason behind our workshops. Okay, so far, uh, we have incorporated course builder, so you can build a course directly from the tool, and you can sell the course as an independent school with your own branding. You don't have to have this logo and change it to your own logo. And the colors too, you can have your own colors if you want. When it comes to course builders, that's something you can do. We also incorporated the teaching tool. These are some of the tools we have added so far. Some of them are under development. For example, Slash Creator is still under development. This is also based on previous interaction we had with another teacher who also would like to have a tool that can do that for them. Even though there are other tools, but some of them are all kind of independent tools, and you have to be paying for every other tool. So we have about 6 tools so far. So your own tool too, we will add it to this grid. So we will have the tool. What we will call it? Yeah, I will have to think about a name for the tool. Yeah, but it's a very nice idea. We'll work on that. We'll build it as part of the system. So what we have so far are these 5 that are currently working. This one is in progress. We have, for example, the assessment builder. Here you can easily build assessments. For example, you want to have multiple choice questions, let's say in science, for upper class. The question should be under which topic? Uh, let's see, observation. The AI will go ahead and analyze your request. So when you provide that prompt, you can see something like this. You have questions for you, as well as, and these are the answers here. For question 1, it is A, B, C, D, stuff like that. So this is what we have. You can copy the response, you can download it as PDF if you want. That's for assessment builders. We have so many different types of assessments which you can build, from multi-choice, multiple choice, short answers, true or false, fill in the blank cases. So this is also upon a request of one educator. We have also content generator that can help you generate content. For example, you want to generate a lesson plan. Let's say now for social studies. Okay, let's go with middle school. We put nuclear family. Okay, let's see. Okay, so you can see it tells you this is the unit title. The grade level is for 6 to 8. This is the overview. This is the things you can do. These are some objectives. You have the outline here also. You can also copy. So this is for the content generator. It helps you generate contents which you can use. We have the teaching assistants. Okay, this one is soon. We have the chatbot. Chatbot, this allows you to brainstorm stuff that just like what you use. This is actually powered by the same technology powering ChatGPT. So the same GPT 4.0 is the back end of this one. So for example, we can ask it, let's brainstorm about classroom management, for example, and we can discuss with it. We added this also. So instead of having ChatGPT separate as a tool, you can also have it as part of the tool here. That's something you can do. And that's why we built it here.
Can any of the tools actually generate the syllabi for the course? And do they differentiate between like AP courses, IB courses, and then regular college prep courses?
Yeah. So that's something we actually did here. For example, in the content generator, we can add all those additional options here. For example, these are different grades we selected, but based on the depending on, let's say, where the educator is, signing up from. Some of the educators will maybe only focus on, middle school, upper class, and things that have to do with anything below secondary school level or before college level. So we will add all that logic into consideration. So this is where that will do. Like here you can see this is where you can generate curriculum. The lesson plan will be the curriculum generator. We have lesson notes, lesson activities, all these are some things we do. So yeah, this is the tool that can do that for you. But based on the question you raised, we will add more categories. For example, the AP will also add things that have to do with a choice from based on the educator's choice. You can choose during signing up, during onboarding process. You can maybe just limit his choices based on his initial preference. All subsequent interaction he will have with the content generator will be based on that initial choices he made, unless if the educator wants to change the preferences later on, she can go to the settings and change all those preferences. So this is something we will add. Yeah, but this is just the MVP. The main idea is to have educators try it out, also tell us their thoughts, give us their inputs, and then the moment we realize people really do want it, then we will keep on deep diving and we will keep writing all these inputs down and adding them to our product roadmap so that we will be handling each one of them at a time. And the teaching assistant too, I don't know what happened, but I know it is implemented now. It was implemented today. So it can also help you build so many different things. For example, class announcements. Also, as a teaching assistant, it can help you come up with a syllabus. It can help you also plan for room activities. I remember you said you are also trying to ask students to come and join a book club and stuff like that. So you can have a teaching assistant that can help you with all that organization. How do you do that? How do you run the book club? How do you do all that? That is part of the teaching assistant job. We also, so I believe that is going to be taken care of. Does that answer your question? I hope I didn't go about.
Yeah, it's a pretty good start on it.
Yeah. So we are working on it. Hopefully before the end of the month, that feature will be ready. Based on your question, we will address it also. We also have the feedback bot. This is something maybe you might find interesting if you are running a school or you are a teacher. You provide an assignment for a student and you would like to get a feedback on the assignment. Is it an essay? Is it a report? You can get some feedback just write the question, upload the assignment, and based on the question and the uploaded assignment, you can get a feedback directly by the AI. So this will also significantly reduce your time for grading and stuff like that. And then lastly, the slides creator, the one that also is currently under development. So we have these two under development, but this one I'm sure it has been completed. How this one, then we will add your own recommended tool as well. So the more the better, I believe. Have the option so that you can do all your teaching activities on that one platform. Okay. All right. So this is basically the demo for the app. I think what's left is the remaining part of the slides. You can look at some of the use cases that other institutions and educational bodies utilize AI for. All right. You have any question before we look at this part?
No, I think I'm good.
All right then. So in the case of the analytical and predictive AI, which was the kind of, we will say, the initial part or type of AI that was very popular all this while and has been in very mass usage, there are many use cases. Some of the ones that we have here include how Georgia State University used this predictive AI to boost student retention. They use analytics to do that. So they realized that some of their students are dropping out. And what they did was to say, okay, why don't we develop a system that will help us improve our student retention and graduation rates? So they decided to use this predictive AI and try to identify the students that are at risk of dropping out. So once we realize, so the system will try to flag, to raise a flag once there is a drop in GPA or a student enrolled in a course that does not align with their major. So this will raise an alarm or will set a flag. Based on that, the university will now have maybe the student, we will say maybe the student tutor to reach out to the student to ask them what is going on. How comes your GPA is dropping? Or how comes you registered for a course that is not supposed to be part of your major? So with all this, they were able to significantly improve their student retention, I think by almost 16% within the system. You have Carnegie Learning. So this system was meant to help improve the student understanding with regards to mathematics. Many students do not like mathematics. So Carnegie Learning tried to build a system that will be using AI-driven adaptive learning process. So the platform will access students' knowledge, will also test their skills and confidence levels, and then based on that, it will keep on adjusting the curriculum for that particular student in real time. So if, for example, the student is good with algebra, but the student is terrible when it comes to trigonometry, and let's say specifically in trigonometry, very terrible when it comes to, let's say, understanding the concept of tangents of an angle or something like that, then the AI will keep on adjusting the curriculum, maybe even bringing in additional activities for that student to be able to master the concept of tangent. So when they deployed this system, many schools tried it out, and there was a huge success because some of these schools reported higher mathematics scores by the students, and the student engagement also improved. Math, what math requires is lots of practice, and you want to have a system that will help students to become very engaged and also commit time. The only way to do that is if the system is going to be adaptable, not boring. Let it adapt to the student's personality and background. Lastly, you have Duolingo. This is also a very nice app. It's a language learning app. And the idea for Duolingo is they want to create a system where people can come and learn a second language, a third language, depends on what is their goal. And they now incorporated an AI to help the AI. Same thing with what the Carnegie Learning is doing, but the only difference is this is in mathematics and this is in languages. So when you are trying to learn a language, maybe you might have some part of the language that you find very easy. So that part, the AI should be able to recognize it and also recognize the part that you are having difficulty understanding and try to come up with so many different solutions, and exercises as well as activities so that it will help you master the parts that you are weak. So these are some of the use cases of the predictive AI. This was the AI before the generative AI becomes very popular. So these are some of the use cases. But of course, as I mentioned earlier, Netflix uses it for recommendation, Amazon as well, when they are recommending products for you, upselling and all that. We have also some case studies for the generative AI. Some of the case studies include AI generated textbooks by Carnegie Mellon University. So they use, as I mentioned earlier, they use this AI to update their textbooks. So they have all textbooks that have outdated information and they want to make the information in the textbooks up to date. For example, currently GPT 4.0, I think it has data latest is maybe is it November 2023. So almost every data that is available on the internet has been used to train the AI all the way to November 2023. So if that is the case, textbooks that have been published, let's say 10 years ago, will lack that data all the way from, let's say, March 2014 to March 2024 is going to be missing. So if you leverage AI to update that part of the data or of the textbook that has that outdated information, that will significantly improve, the quality of knowledge that the students will acquire and make it up to date. So that's what they did. And you have ETS. This is the educational training, you know, testing service. This they provide tests such as the GRE, TOEFL, GMAT. All these are tests that they provide. They are standardized tests which we normally have to sit. We have to sit for this test when we are seeking for admissions to higher education. So some of the I would say in ETS, be it TOEFL or GRE or GMAT, it always involves some parts that have to do with writing. You have to write or analytical part, and that can be handled by the AI. Before they used to have educators who will be grading the students or the test takers, but now they are leveraging AI to do that on behalf of the educators. You have Labstar. What they were doing was to use the generative AI to create virtual science labs. We know that building a science lab is an expensive undertaking, very expensive. So if there is a way to come up with a simulation for a lab where students can go and interact with lab equipment that are otherwise unavailable to them, this will add lots of value to the learning process and learning experience of students. And that's what LabStar is doing. They are trying to build this simulation environment that can visualize a lab for students, which they can now have access to all these lab activities as well as lab resources, which are otherwise not available for them in their respective schools. So these are some of the use cases that are actually out there, but so many other use cases are out there when it comes to generative AI. Lastly, we have this multimodal. So far, we have not come across any use case yet, and that's because, as I told you, it's a very recent technology. Although Some apps have integrated GPT-4. For example, in our app, we also have GPT-4 powering some of our modules. Okay, but most of them are doing one particular task. We have not yet incorporated the multimodal system to be able to handle both text, image, and video. And now they also are creating video creation tools. Apart from image generators, there are now video generators that are being created, which you can also generate images of realistic things and scenarios. 1 minute things, We have Sora. Sora is very powerful. They have shown a demo last month. OpenAI has shown a demo where they asked users on Twitter to write a prompt. So the users provided a prompt. Yeah, let's have a video of a grandma in the kitchen cooking particular type of dish. And the kitchen should have this type of, uh, counters, tables, and stuff like that. And based on this, Sam Altman passed this prompt to Sora, and it was able to generate a 1 minute video. Very nice. You can check it out online. So that's something they can do now. Not only that, video question and answer. This one I have seen it with also Google Gemini. They provided it with a link to a video of a Japanese student who was a photographer. So she was roaming around Tokyo and she was taking pictures. And also, there was a narration behind the scene about what is going on. And the URL was provided to this AI tool, and the AI was able to respond to the questions that the users raised based on the video. So automatic speech recognition, this service has already been rolled out for a while now, and I think Google also have rolled it out to Android systems. So if you are using an Android device, you can have access to Gemini, where you can speak, and it will automatically recognize your speech, provide you with the right response depending on what you have said. So all this is something that you do. And we have this spatial reasoning. This is something before was impossible, but now is very possible. AI or computers had no sense of space. They do not have an understanding of the space dimension, but now they do with this multimodal AI. They can be able to tell whether an item is on top of a table, under the table, beside the table, and all that. So that's something they can do. And lastly, you have the mathematical reasoning, where you can take a screenshot or a snapshot of your whiteboard or your paper, scribble, or stuff like that, and you can ask the AI, what is wrong with my computation or stuff like that. The AI can be able to understand the text in the blackboard or in your paper and tell you where your mathematics is going wrong. That is very powerful. That's not something that can be done before, but now they can do this. So we are all watching and implementing different use cases as well. So these are three different the three different AI stages: predictive AI, generative AI, and then the multimodal generative AI. All right, so this is the last part, and I would like to thank you again, okay, for attending the session and for your input with regards to that module. I will work on it and my team raise this to them, and hopefully we will have that incorporated in our system. I will invite you to test it out and also provide your input if it's ready. All right.
Okay. Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate all this.
Thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you.
All right. Bye bye.
All right. Take care.